At the core, lovely graphic here for today. I just needed a visual today, so I threw this together quickly. And I also threw a process together quickly, which I did not write backwards. I will just share the process with you. Today, our topic is core, mostly core strength for us as individuals, but what's really at the core of us. And I realized we had not talked about physical core values. And that to me is one of those tools we want to always have in our toolbox. And so it's an exercise that we want to do for each of the different areas and aspects of our 9-part life framework. So since we didn't do it yet, we're going to do it today. And that's going to be part of our action item. Is you're going to identify what are your top 3 physical core values, what's most important to you. And then you're going to pick just one of those and share it in the comments below. And I will share the process I just did to come up with mine with you today. But what does core strength have to do with anything? We're talking a lot about physical body type things this month. It's a little bit of a different take for me this year, but I'm liking it because every single thing ties to something that's inside of us, as well as something that applies to our businesses, since I'm doing the Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge for the first time this year too. So our abs, our obliques, our lower back, all of that is central and at the core of us. And when that's strong, the rest of us is strong. I don't know about you, but I know when I put a little weight on in my middle area, due to menopause and middle age and old age and all those things, which I don't like to blame, because the truth is there are a lot of very fit people that are older than me. So that excuse and belief kind of flies out the window, which, our core values are tied very closely to our beliefs, which is why I use my belief, different way of describing the different levels of belief that we have for our core value exercise today. Because things impact us, right? Things outside of us, people outside of us influence us. It's up to us to decide whether they get into the core value area of us now that we're adults. When we were children, guess what? Everything just went into the core of helping us to figure out who we were, where we fit in the world, what our identity was, what other people thought of us was super duper important. Then we went through our teenage years and it got even more important. And some of us went through our adult years and it was still super important. And then finally, for others of us, there's a switch that flips and you're like, why am I at all concerned about what other people think of me? Because the truth is, most people don't really think of us anywhere nearly as often or as much as we think they do. Everybody's just living in their own little reality in their own heads, and they're not thinking about you probably as much as you wish they would. So our core values, I'll share how we're going to identify those in a minute for physical health and well-being, right? And it's up to you. Maybe you want to be diseased. I'm going into it anyway. Let's not do that. Excuse me. I still have my cough. Not for long though, because health, physical health and vitality and well-being is very core and important to me. So today I challenge you to ask yourself, how strong is my core? Can you do a plank? Can you do a plank for 60 seconds? That's kind of the benchmark against which we're supposed to judge ourselves and say, hey, if I can't do a plank for at least a minute, then I have some core strength and some back training and things to do. Now, if you've had an injury, if you're my mom, she's 89, I don't expect my mom to ever get down on the floor and do a plank. That would be pretty ridiculous. Now, is that just ageism? I don't know, maybe. I'm 66, I can do a 60-second plank. If I can do it, anybody in a semi-healthy position can do it as well. I think my daughter can probably do 5 minutes or more. So it's just a matter of practicing like anything else. But that is one of the quickest, easiest ways to increase and improve our core strength. If you have any type of back pain, usually use that as an excuse to not do anything, but it is often a sign that you need to strengthen your core. You know what? When you're pregnant, think of those of you who've ever had a baby, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not used to having a big stomach and an extra 7 or 8 pounds plus everything else in front of you, it can wreak havoc on your back. The only time I think I've ever had back pain, maybe a couple occasions in my life, but not ever for an extended period of time, was when I was pregnant with my kids. Because at 5'1" and growing a baby, there's not much room for it to go, except out. I remember thinking when I had my son that I looked in the mirror after my water broke, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm as big around as I am tall. I probably was, almost. But that's at the core. And guess what? That's one of my favorite things that ever happened was having my son and daughter. So ask yourself a couple of questions. How long could I hold a plank? If you've never done one, I challenge you to do one today and time it. See where you're at. And guess what? I've done plank challenges. I think about 10 years ago when I started doing challenges and things online, I ran across the 30-day plank challenge. And it got us from, you only did it for like, I think 30 seconds the first day, maybe less. And then you worked your way up to as much as you could. And they tried to work us up to like 5 or 10 minutes. And I think I got to like 7 during the course of the challenge. So that was super duper good for me back then because I was, 56 years old. All right. So that is our challenge with respect to thinking about our physical core strength. Now let's think about our physical core values for a minute. And here's the process I used. All I did was I brainstormed a list of different things with respect to physical that were important to me. Then I looked at that list, not judging anything, but saying, well, is it really? On a scale of 1 to 10, would I rate that as one of my top 10, much less my top 3 goals? And then I did this super quickly this morning. And then I picked my top 3. And how you describe them is totally up to you. I want a swimsuit body. Why? Because I'm 66 years old and I still want to be able to sit out in the sun sometimes and not be super embarrassed. I want to make healthy choices with respect to my food selection 90% of the time. I didn't say 100% of the time. I don't even want to be healthy and eat right and take care of myself and not ever have any fun or any ice cream or any caramel. I want to be able to just know that 90% is going to keep me where I need to be in order to stay healthy and disease free. And then daily movement was my third. Now I'm going to share the daily movement in the comments because I'm certainly not going to share swimsuit body in the comments that somebody might read that hasn't watched the whole context of the video. So to do that today, what are the top 3 things with respect to your physical health and well-being? Maybe it's I need 8 hours sleep. I need to drink more water and hydrate. I need to exercise every day. I need to move. I need to become more flexible. Whatever it is for you, just think of your top 3 and why you want them, right? We all want them because we want to live longer and be healthy. I mean, you don't have to justify it to anyone except yourself, and to remind yourself that these are your core values. And so you're going to make choices and decisions based on them with respect to your physical health and well-being. All right. That's it. If I can help you in any way, ask. Let's have an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Go do a plank. Bye.